History for Fools. Felipe Esparza here with the big titties, hanging out. What are you guys doing? Chilling right here. We're talking about, we got Butch Escobar right here, man.
What's up?
If you guys looking for that t-shirt, man, just go there on at Lost Highway gas station. There's an old man out there selling little hats that are made out of fishing string.
You're not far off from the truth, my friend. You're not far off from the truth. I do gas station shop quite often. I like the wolf with the moon or the bass jumping out of the water. You know, it's very natural to me.
Welcome everybody to History for Fools. Aloha, aloha, waikiki. Malo halo.
Mahalo.
That was a favorite joke, bro. What do you call a Hawaiian guy that masturbates? Melahalo.
Oh. All right.
That should be a dad joke.
It is kind of a dad joke.
Yeah, man. Save that one.
I will. I'll tell it at the...
cut that up. I'm going to put that out. I'm going to put that out there.
To his birthday party, I'll use it there.
You know what they call it, Lua? Because the first time, the first white guy they burned, his name was Lou.
And he was like,
and when it was burning, everybody going, ah.
Oh, okay. So it was
Lua.
Oh, man. We just did a weekend at Irvine.
Yeah, man. We did a weekend at Irvine Improv. Thank you, everybody who came out.
Oh, my God.
6 sold-out shows. There was a waiting list.
All sold-out shows. All of them were sold out. And I don't know if you guys... The Irvine Improv, I think, is the largest improv I've seen.
If you were at my show, you would have saw that my show is pretty much what America looks like. All ages.
Pretty much.
There was people there from 21 years old to 77.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always a mixture of people too. My favorite is seeing when I see old white people that don't have kids there.
Yeah, there was a lady there. She was there in Irvine with her friend for her 50th high school reunion.
No shit.
Yeah, she graduated in 1978.
Oh, man.
9 years later, I was supposed to graduate. And then 4 years after that, I was supposed to graduate again. And I said, you know what, I gave up, bro.
Do you miss not having a reunion?
No.
No, I don't. I have my high school reunions this year.
They could come to my show and watch it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I told that lady when I was doing crowd work. I said, while you're here for your 50th year anniversary, because you graduated in 1975, I guess.
Yeah.
Or 77. And I said, wow, I had my high school reunion at the unemployment office. We were both standing in line, man, fighting for the same warehouse job.
We were both standing in line.
Fighting for the same window cleaning and what's it, bro? I put when you ever been to unemployment office?
No.
By the way, it's not called the unemployment office. That's the name that we gave it to it. It's called the employment evaluation department.
Something EED or something like that. Employment. I don't know what it is, but by the time I was able to qualify for unemployment, by the time I got to be unemployed, you just called it in and they sent you a thing.
You ever collect unemployment?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They still give unemployment now, right?
I call it the comedy scholarship.
In Florida, they don't believe in unemployment.
I could see that happening there. That's unfortunate because you pay into unemployment. It's not like a tax thing where everybody pays into it. Like you pay into your own unemployment, portion of your wages.
But wait a minute, they got rid of me after 2 weeks. I still got unemployment.
Right. Oh, that's the thing, dude. It's
But what it was that unemployment they were giving me was all the unemployment I put in from my other jobs too.
Right. Yes.
And then the employer pays only a stipend from it.
Right.
The last employer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is that it's insurance, and like insurance, you pay into your insurance.
But they were go back to the unemployment office, and you gotta talk to the guy, And you gotta show him all those places you went to go look for a job.
Yeah.
Oh, line my ass up, bro.
I used to because the internet's already there, so I used to just go because I was a bartender, so I would just look at all the bars in the city, and actually even before the internet, I remember using the phone book. Yeah, I fucking just, it's like, oh, this is gonna last you 4 months, right? So 3 months. I watched a lot of movies the first time, and then the last month I looked for a job. And I got like a job like day one of not having unemployment. You know what I mean? Like I've always had that luck. But the last time I got unemployment was during the pandemic.
Damn.
And that was more money than I made in comedy.
Bro, we wrote a song.
Okay.
That Cat Stevens songs. Now I'm moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow. Moon shadow. And if I ever lose my land, oh, if I ever lose my hand, oh, if I want to work no more. Hey, you know Cat Stevens, right?
Yeah, I do. But I don't.
So
think
I
know
rewrote
this.
it, bro.
I don't know this song.
I'm being followed by an ICE agent. ICE agent. Deep in low, I've been laying out from the ICE agent. And if I ever get deported, I don't work no more. No.
I would, yes. Yeah, keep working on that.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
People have told me, bro, why haven't I spoken out about the mass deportations and people getting swooped up, getting picked up?
Right.
Because I only have 633 followers. Why are you attacking me?
Right.
I have 633 followers. Now, if I were to speak out, I'll probably lose 30,000 followers.
Right.
And those 30,000 followers took me 5 years to get. And
yeah.
Also, man, why are you going after me? Like,
right.
Why should of anybody that's done brown is affected. And even though they don't gotta say nothing, they feel it. Like, oh man. Even if you're Salvadorian and you see like a whole family being taken, hijo la gran puta, they took the whole family.
Right.
You feel it. Or if I'm watching a movie, I'm watching TV and they're like pepper spraying this fucking paisa and they're not doing nothing to him because he's eating it.
Right. Right.
Because he used to eating spicy food anyway, so
yeah.
It's only burning his eyes, not his mouth.
Okay. He can handle it. I mean,
And
yeah.
Also, I had 6 sold out shows.
Right.
But people just are the people who always say you haven't spoken out to me. Never been to a live show, so
okay, that's the thing.
I wish you were to go to a live show and tell me personally.
Right, I would say that's the thing is come out, hang out, and I mean you don't have to be rude. Just walk up and be like, "Hey, man, just kind of noticed that you haven't said anything," which I don't know if you haven't said it because I mean you're not like sitting there shaking your fist, being mad, but that's not your job. That's the thing is that here's the thing, man. I
tell you what. I went to a Dodger game with the Angels. I was the only one in that stadium with no gear. You don't see me wearing a Dodger hat anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I root for the Dodgers, but you don't see me wearing that hat.
Right.
I wear a hat like this, it won't be a blue one.
Right. Well, but you're a Dodgers fan, though.
Yeah.
Still. Right.
I'm rooting for the T-shirts.
But this is the thing. It's like I come from a pretty political family. And my family definitely is. My mom was an activist. She marched with Cesar Chavez, and my dad worked a lot in like civil rights and stuff. And you know I'm not lying about this, bro. You know my dad. So, like, don't even go there with that. You know my family. So, like, it's a big deal. What's happening right now is a big deal to me, but I'm not a politician. I mean, I already am vocal enough to where I annoy enough people around me. Like, my own followers are like, bro, like, yeah, this kind of offends me, but I still like you. So that's the thing, man, is like, it's not my job to be vocal about it. It's my job to be like, how do I feel? Yeah, it's fucked up. Stop fucking kidnapping our citizens off the street. But also, I got to make people laugh. That's my fucking job. That's your job. Like, if you're out there waving your fist in the air, getting all angry, and it's like, uh-oh, our fucking guy who makes us laugh is fucking upset, then who do we have to turn to make us laugh?
'Cause, like the left side saying that they're picking them up with no search warrants.
Yeah.
That they're randomly grabbing people.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They totally are. I mean, I don't know what the laws are, but
Have you seen anybody getting snatched?
I have not, but I was there a little bit before it happened when we went to go pick up
They're about to go to We Don't Smoke the Same, bro, and grab somebody over there.
They are in that neighborhood, though.
Snatch him in his toys.
They are. That's the thing is because I go pick
I
up.
don't want to say his name because they might be listening.
Yeah, I pick up our weed not too far around the corner from there, and usually it's hustling and bustling everywhere. Like when I first would go there, you know, like there's a lot of people that come even in the evening to pick up things. You know, and then it's always, and then when the raids started happening, a lot of the businesses shuttered, and there was like one business in the middle, one there. And then this last time I went, it was completely quiet. And I asked the guys inside, I go, what the fuck happened? They're like, we just got raided about like 2 hours ago. I
got asked to do one of those PCA commercials or on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna end up doing it. But I had to change the narrative, right?
Right.
Because they wanted me to like show because a lot of people the people who are getting in deported, like in Mexico, like from here in California especially.
Right.
I only know from here. They're pet owners.
Oof.
So their pets are being left alone.
Behind.
Yeah, and then the landlord don't know what to do now because those people are not gonna come back and there's a little pet. So they're trying to. They wanted me to draw awareness about if you guys want to adopt these little illegal dogs.
Bro, but that's a department that you work in.
Yeah, these illegal dogs.
Right.
But I said, nah, man, because people are ready to say I've been spoken out.
Oh,
and they would have been saying stuff like, oh, so you care more about dogs than my grandma.
But that's your department, though.
But I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
You care more about dogs than my grandma.
Okay. Yeah, I mean.
Listen, bro, that's a German Shepherd, bro. I was born here.
Okay, here's the thing. Your grandma could feed herself. Like when she gets to Mexico, like, no, you can't. This dog's left in the house, bro. Someone needs to get to the dog too.
Bro, have you noticed, bro? They haven't when President Trump said we're gonna go after criminals.
Your grandma doesn't lick my face when I come home.
You never asked her, bro. You should have told her to take her dentures off and speak closely to you. Should have been licking you like a dog with an old shoe.
I feel like there's a department for everybody, and if like the thing is that Felipe cares a lot about animals. Like I know this personally that like they rescue dogs. They care very much about animals. I don't think I've met people more caring towards their pets. And that means a lot, like, because I think pets get overlooked, and just like there's a lot of things. If Felipe's department was rescuing grandmas, then I would say, yeah, what the fuck, Felipe? Why are you fucking reading about dogs and cats when there's fucking missing grandmas out there? But you care about dogs and cats, so that's your charity. That's what you give to.
I don't know if you've seen that page where a celebrity, they go like this. Oh, I'm gonna go out on a date with this dog, and it's like a dog that hasn't been in the pound for like 3 years.
Right.
On fosterable.
Right.
You hang out with the dog all day.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Can you do that?
I'm gonna do that.
Where do you do that? Oh,
Okay,
you're doing that?
Yeah.
For like a show or something?
Yeah, some Instagram thing.
That's fucking dope, dude. Yeah.
And then in the bottom there, adopt Schlep Rock, whatever his name is.
Right. I would love a dog named Schlep Rock.
You are Schlep Rock.
I know. That's
Yeah.
why. Me and Schlep Rock could be Schlep Rocks together.
Well, so what do you think about comedians wearing shorts on stage, bro, in their past 40?
I don't think you should wear shorts on stage, period.
Even if you're a big guy, man.
I don't care if you're a big, little fucking...
No, if you're a big guy,
Yeah.
you should wear something that just fits, bro. Nobody wants to see a grown man's legs.
I think, here's the thing, bro. Male and female. I don't know. Open-toed shoes are a big no for me either way.
On stage.
Shorts are a big no. Like raggedy t-shirts, like you just... Like, I wear t-shirts on stage, but they always have, like, graphics on them because that's my thing. But yeah, dude, nah, I don't do that. Look at you,
Is that Mateo?
bro. You got what happened? You're on your way to go.
Is that
pick
Mateo
up,
though?
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Okay, he's fine, bro.
Is that what he does?
He's waving at his friends.
I still feel like, look, bro, you're on your way to pick up Gatorade for your girlfriend before she goes running, and you decide to go drop a set. I'm sorry.
His fans wear shorts too, though.
I feel it's very unacceptable. I do feel it's very unacceptable. How do you feel?
How about comedians that say, "Oh man, I never booked Butch because he never wears a suit on stage"?
I'm sorry. I wouldn't be effective in a suit. I look uncomfortable, and I tried wearing a suit for quite some time, and I look like a big gorilla in a fucking tuxedo just trying to fucking be funny. And I would not wear a suit. My man's not on stage. He just got done surfing and drinking, so leave him alone.
No, you wear a suit one time?
Yeah, I used to wear a
You bombed, huh?
bombed, bro. Bombed. You should go with what fits you, with what goes like with your. I remember this fucking this comic named Cookie would one night, bro. I was working with Edwin, and she walks in and she's like, "You look like you're sloppy," and she was just talking shit. I wanted to just fucking push her through a wall, but. I wanted to explain to her, like, I can't, because she was like, you should dress up. You should take this, like, fuck you, bitch. First of all, fucking, I dress the way that I dress because this is what fits me. I look like this.
Yeah.
If I start wearing a suit, then I look like even if I wear what you're wearing right now, I would still look like I'm trying to be something I'm not. So,
You look like a European DJ. You were to wear this.
Exactly.
DJ Viking.
A little like Kangol, a little furry green Kangol. I'm good, bro.
DJ Viking, bro. And everybody going like this. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Dude, one time I did actually wear a complete suit. Do you remember? Holy fuck, yes. How can I forget this, dude? First time Felipe ever booked
Salinas,
me.
bro.
Yes, first time he ever booked
You're the only one wearing a suit.
So, me and Felipe had a good day. One day I picked him up. This is when I first met you, bro. And like, it's the very first day I met you. Like, they were like, this dude was like, can you pick up Felipe Esparza and take him to the radio station? I'll let you plug your show. I was like, fuck that. I just want to meet this fool. So I came with hella weed. I gave you a big old bag. And then we went to this radio show, had a good time. And you're all, dude, let's kick it. And we smoked weed all day and kicked it. And then you invited me to do this show. I'm a new comic, bro. This is like my second year of comedy.
Yeah.
There's no way this is happening, dude. So I go home. I go, hey, you send me the flyer. And it says formal wear only on the flyer because it was at the Steinbeck Center. That's a fake picture, by the way. It's AI. So I see this and I tell my dad, I'm like, I got invited to the show by this guy, this big comic. And I got to show up wearing a tuxedo or like a nice suit. So my dad took me to the Big and Tall, and we got me fitted for this fucking outfit, and I rolled up, and you guys are dressed like this, like
And Chepa wearing shorts.
yeah, Chepo's wearing shorts, you were like nice enough to not say anything because we were still like not knowing each other as well enough. But Edwin right away was like, "Why are you dressed like that? Like, what the fuck is up with you?" And I was like,
Came from court, eh?
It said formal wear. And he goes, "That's for them, not for us. We're comics." After that, bro, never. I tried wearing a blazer for a while, and then someone finally walked up to me that knew me. That was another comic. And they were like, you look dumb in a blazer, dude. You look like a fucking gorilla walking around.
Bagilla.
So no. I don't know, bro. What about you? I see you wear stuff. You look good in
Man,
your
but I
suits.
tux right there, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're special with that tux. See, you look like you know what you're doing, dude. You're a big guy. You're wearing your tux, dude. You look very, very Momoa-ish, if you will. But me, no, man. I wish there was pictures of me in suits. There's only one or two out there floating around.
You were a suit man. People think you're a pit boss. They think they're in a casino.
Yeah, I look like I'm like guarding somebody like that does bad things. Like not even like a like legit like bodyguard. I look like I'm just a heavy hand for somebody.
What's up, everybody? History for Fools. We're talking about Radium Girls.
Radium Girls.
Radium, okay? Look it up. It's spelled like this. Radium Girls. RADIUM.
Move your finger.
Girls.
There
Like the Radium Girls. Not to be mistaken by random girls that I radiated.
Right. Well, they are kind of random girls that did radiate.
Radium Girls is Damon, Tori, Brower, Youngquai, and Alderton.
Those are just some of them.
During and just after World War I, the National Bureau of Standards hired 5 women to work with one of the most valuable materials in the world at the time, radium. Worth the equivalent today of over $1 million per gram, their measurements of this material would be used to save lives if the radioactive radium didn't injure or kill them first. But they received little credit for this dangerous and important work. That means that in 1898, there was a woman named Mary Sklodowski Curie, and we're gonna that's not her second name.
Do you know how much radium was an ounce back then?
$1 million, it says there now.
Well, at the time, in their money, was $47,000. 1920, $47,000.
A speck?
An ounce. So like
before we talk about what they used it for, what was radium used before, or what is?
So radium is invented by a lady named Marie Curie.
What's her middle name?
In 1911. Oh, you're gonna make me do that, huh?
I'll find it.
Okay. It's Sklodowski, or she's Polish. We talked about this. I should have been ready for this before, because you did point out that Polish people very much want us to make sure that her Polish descent is mentioned. Sklodowski. You're close.
What?
Sklodowski.
Yeah, Marie Sklodowski Curie is her full name.
Right.
And she's really proud of her Polishness, because Poland did not exist. It existed when she was born, but it didn't exist when she was alive because of monarchy, and it became part of Russia, blah, blah, blah.
Russian Empire swallowed
swallowed it up. So she was proud of her Polishness, that she wanted. She was like, she kept her full last name when she got married, which back then it was not like something to do to keep your official last name. You just take your man's last name and call it a day. But not like when Butch gets married, he's gonna take his wife's last name and ruin her credit too.
Why would I use my?
Yeah.
Her last name is Caucasian last name.
Yeah, man. Your last name has caused a lot of damage all over the world.
Would go through the roof.
So, and she did it also because she was proud of her feminism, and there was a big feminist movement at the time.
Right.
And she invented a lot of stuff with radiation, right?
Well, she invented. She worked with radiation a lot, and radiation was only invented in 1896, and she discovered radium in 1911. And radium is a byproduct of the process of curing radiation. So she had discovered that this product, it glowed and it did certain things, but most importantly, what they had discovered at this time, which is crazy because the major discovery of radium and major use was not necessarily its glow in the dark qualities, which it could glow in the dark continuously for for thousands of years. But it also they found, because when they were working with it, it burned their skin. And there's this one story of the man, one of the discoverers who helped Marie Curie. He kept it in his pocket like a good luck charm, a small vial, like maybe a gram. And he noticed that over time there was a red spot on his leg, and it got worse and it got worse. So they knew that it did things to you. But what they also discovered is that it would cure, or it would burn away tumors on people, and it cured what they could, because that was what they considered cancer, and carcinoma back then was like a lot of tumors and stuff. So it burned off tumors. So the news got back that it was a health product. It started, because this is America, 1920s. There's no legalities or no oversight on like what truth in advertising is, even though there's still not. But truth in advertising isn't a thing really. So they created this product, kind of made it a healthy thing, and there was people drinking it. There were people that were using it in toothpaste on their teeth. There were cigarettes made with it. But a lot of those were lies. Fortunately, at the time.
My grandfather, bro, he used to start his morning with a big cup of radium.
Did he really? Nice. And how did it work out for him?
I don't know, man. He used a puppet to talk for him after.
Yeah,
he move his mouth.
Going with this story that we're about to tell.
That's a joke.
And by the way, this is. Please joke as much as you can, bro, because this is a very dark, heinous. This is one of those things that Felipe goes, "Hey, want to do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds easy." And to be honest with you, reading about it was not hard. Finding a lot of things out was very easy. It's a very linear story, but Jesus Christ, it's one of the darkest things I've ever heard of.
Well, it was long known that the radium was unsafe, by the way.
Okay.
But the companies that the women painted that worked there, go ahead.
Well, let's get into the. Hold on, before you start there. Before you start there, let me
go back to the cost of radium.
Right. Okay.
The cost of radium was exceeded by the cost of antimatter. Antimatter was then replaced by printer ink as the most expensive substance produced by matter.
No way. No fucking way. Really?
Yeah, but we're just letting you know what came after. But
what?
Yeah.
Printer ink? Because this shit is expensive, dude.
Yeah, but not everybody had it.
Right.
We're talking the whole world now is using ink.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So this is the thing is like, okay, so I'll cut to the chase with this. So they start to use radium.
Radium is something that how is radium made out of? Radiation?
It's a byproduct of making radiation, of making like a uranium. It's a byproduct of making uranium that we discovered.
It's dug up in the ground, or
it glows in the dark. It's not necessarily dug up in the ground by itself. It's a byproduct, or like as it's kind of like how we make silver. Silver isn't found like gold is found. Like crushing components like rocks and stuff to find gold, it was what creates silver a lot of times. So it's the same kind of thing. Like as we're crushing things up, we're like noticing that this byproduct glows, and so we use it first to cure tumors. Then it becomes a health tonic. But we also learn.
Go back to that color of that shit.
We also learn at some point that
let's just pause right here, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
In Superman,
that's radium.
They're telling kryptonite is radium, bro.
I think that's what they were doing.
I think Superman movie is
right.
is radium, and the guy that came up with the fucking Superman must have known about Radio Girls and saw the fucking color.
When was Superman invented?
1901.
Okay.
I think. When was Superman invented?
Because that's an interesting.
Because every nerd out there that writes, they read everything, bro.
Right.
You just cannot come up with a comic book without ever reading anything.
So this is the thing: is like this thing starts to it glows in the dark continuously, forever, pretty much, or at least as long as 1938.
Perfect time.
Oh yeah, this is right after and kind of in the middle of it. So that's the thing is like this product we find glows in the dark continuously. And we start to use it on things like exit signs and stuff like that, and on clocks. But
you mean the glow in the dark watches is radium from back then?
Not anymore, but that's the tradition of them. And the thing is
so
that
old ass watches like, wait a minute, man.
They still have radium.
So that watch.
Look for radium watches, Ray.
Remember the watch that guy had in his ass in fucking World War One.
Yes.
Bruce Willis's watch.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis' watch. His name is Butch.
Butch, right.
And fucking Pulp Fiction. That watch, he said that his dad carried it.
That lower one, but right there.
Okay, here we go, bro.
One, yeah.
Here we go. It all adds up. Go to the Pulp Fiction with fucking
Hold on. So
go ahead.
The girls we're talking about, they used to paint this on all the dials. This needed to be hand painted at one time. Go ahead. Now you can look.
So go to that picture of Pulp Fiction. Christopher Walken meets young Butch.
Yes.
Just put Christopher Walken meets young Butch. Pulp Fiction.
I think that was Vietnam, though.
No. You'll see right now, my friend.
Oh, really?
You'll see my friend. He goes like this. This watch right here. This watch was given to the servicemen in World War One.
Oh,
and
okay.
your watch, your great grandfather, was shot down by the Allies, and his friend picked it up and he gave it to your grandmother.
That's right.
And your grandfather wore this watch in World War II.
Right.
And when he was caught by the Viet Congs, he shoved that watch up his colon and held it for about a year until he died of dysentery. And then he handed it over to Major Cooley, who is Christopher Walken.
Right.
And Christopher Walken said he held that watch for 2 years.
Up his ass.
And now he's handing it over to fucking Bruce Willis.
Right.
So that watch didn't kill that guy with dysentery. It killed him with radium.
With radiation.
Because that watch it probably had the more radium than anything. So
that's what we're going to find out right now is that...
So that 1901, that watch would have radium.
That watch has radium.
World War II, baby. World War One, baby, right?
To this day, that watch...
Open it up, will kill motherfuckers, huh?
It won't kill you. That's the thing is that I don't know, like I wanted to find out and I didn't have time to find out the effects on wearing it over your wrist because it's a small amount. See, what we're talking about is these women, and this is only... Okay, so mind you...
What are these women doing there?
There's radium companies all over the world. And you might ask yourself, well, if there's radium companies all over the world, why did it only happen to girls on the East Coast of the United States? And here's why, because in other places, they were treating radium with respect. They were wearing the right equipment.
They were dressed like Homer Simpson.
They were using tools. They were using a crystal or ivory tip to use to paint on the dial. Women in the United States, in specifically Orange, New Jersey, and Ottawa, Illinois, they were using what was called the lip dip technique, where they would take a piece of brush, dip it in the water, dip it in their mouth, and then they would twist it and sharpen the tip with their mouth, dip it in the paint, and then paint the watch, and then repeat the process. Meanwhile, as they're dipping the paint, and then actually at some point they take the water away from them. And so now they're just using their mouth to dip in the paint the watch, twist in their mouth, dip in the paint, and it was called the lip dip paint technique.
So technically what they were doing, they would get that brush,
right,
dip it in radium,
yes,
and then put it in their mouth to make it a tip.
Right.
And then how barbaric, bro.
Well,
like they couldn't just get like a old school feather, bro. It's already sharp.
Right. Well, the thing is,
but it wouldn't stroke like a brush, huh?
It wouldn't stroke like a brush. The women found that they couldn't use anything.
It'll drop.
Right. And then the other thing is that this product is very expensive, and what these women don't know is that it's dangerous at the time. So to them,
they just happen to have jobs.
Dude, they think it's a health product. Because people are advertising everywhere, and again, they're lies because it's so expensive that drinks have it, toothpaste has it.
Wow, it made all those ladies look like Chuck Bartel and Bubbles Brown.
Oh my God, it really did though. But that's the thing is that you have these women that one think it's a health product, two they're getting paid a fuck ton more than anybody else, even men at the time, to make these things. Three, let me
read this. The Radium Luminous watch is the latest novelty in a timepiece. An English company is making them. the dial and hands are illuminated by a radium compound that makes it easy to tell the time in the dark. The above picture shows how well, back then people that have wristwatches.
They didn't have, wristwatches were not a thing for men because men had pocket watches. Men thought if you wore a watch and you were a dude, you were gay.
Because, of course, bro, because
it's jewelry.
Because you're out there blowing somebody, checking what time it is, bro.
No, I don't know about that, but anyway, yeah. So
when you're blowing on, going down on somebody, what time is it? Hold on, man.
So strategically in World War I, during trench warfare, men couldn't look at they couldn't pull out a pocket watch and look at it with a flashlight, and this radium watch helped. Okay, but going back to, I want to express why these women were doing this. It made them glow in the dark, and they loved it, and they thought it was healthy for them. They didn't know it was dangerous at the time. They thought it was healthy. So they're lip dipping. And again, we're in World War I. We need these watches
get in their
like
mouth?
that.
Does their mouth glow also?
Yes, their teeth would glow at night. Sometimes they'd sneak it home and put it on the kids at home.
Why?
Because they could paint mustaches on themselves and paint things on their faces and do their nails.
So they're basically doing what rednecks in the South would do when they would fucking smash fireflies.
Yes. Yeah, I guess that's. I mean,
because you see a firefly, if you smash it, your hand glows for a little while.
Does it really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out! I've never seen a firefly in my life.
I talked to Lisa.
No
shit.
And
they're from Dayton, Ohio. They told me they would in the summertime they will grab them, put them in a jar. And then when they come out, they just rub it on their hands and their clothes, and they'll glow.
But it goes away, right?
It goes away.
Yeah, it's phosphorescence is a thing. I know that, there's parts of... I know that even in San Diego, at times, you can see it during a full moon. You can see shrimp moving together in the water, and it's a blue glow. It's called phosphorescence. So that's the thing, is that people think this is healthy. Because, again... We have very minimal information. Advertisement is not doesn't have to be truthful at all. There's no laws. There's no regulation. There's also workers' comp is barely becoming a thing. There's no fucking unions. Women can't vote.
There's young women working there as young as 14.
As young as 12 or 13 at times. But yeah, 14 to 20 was the average age because they had women and they needed small women, so they were always small with demure hands because they needed to have tiny hands to be able to paint these dials, with such precision. And you got paid by the dial, you didn't get paid by the hour. So the more dials you put out, the more. I think I have a price breakdown.
You can't have no shaky ass hands, huh?
Fuck no, you can't not have. Men are really not happy with this either. Let's see.
They're not working?
A man at the time got 40 cents per hour minimum wage. A woman got 25 cents an hour. A dial painter made 47 cents per hour and did about 250 dials per day. So, that's quite a bit of money. That's $8.10 an hour, for them.
How much?
$8.10 an hour is what it's equating.
What it is now?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Well, it's not a lot of money, but for them it was at the time. Again, women at the time were making, if you were to equate what men made back then to now, this is crazy, dude. $6.90 an hour. Women made $4.30 an hour. Dial painters made $8.10 an hour. Now, we're also talking about quality of life where your apartment isn't as expensive. Food's not as expensive. Women that did this actually did well. They lived better lives than most people. And so it was a prestigious job, and it was a hard to get job. It was akin to being a dock worker, even to this day, which is a hard job to get. You have to have a friend that's a dock worker, that's a child of a dock worker. So this was kind of that job, And so some of these girls would have their sisters come and work with them. There's one case where this one sister talks too much during the time that she's there, so they fire her. And I'm kind of like, wow, how to look back and see that.
How about that one girl that she died, but she never worked there, but her sister did.
Right.
But she would come in breathing. And
because they laid in bed together. They slept in the same room together because they were poor, and they would sleep in the same rooms together. And so there's cases where husbands died. There's cases where children of the person who worked there died. And what we find out is that the paint going in your body, so you consume this body, and this is how this paint works. Not the paint, but the radium itself. And in the first particular case, because we're talking about two different companies here, we're talking about U.S. Radium Company and Illuminated Faces Company. But the first one we're talking about is the U.S. Radium Company, and they had a product that actually attacked your system quicker. And it was, so when you eat radium, which you're not supposed to, and they were told this is completely healthy. They would even show at the beginning, like when they bring the girls in for training, one of the trainers would pick up a spatula full of radium and put it in her mouth. Radium acts like, when it enters your body, it acts like calcium. So it attaches yourself to your bone. Now, again, remember, we said it ate tumors and skin, right? So imagine your bones also being eaten alive by this, but carrying the thing that eats your basically the raw meat of your body from the inside out. And so the first case is this one lady, her name is Molly Magia, and she starts losing her teeth. And all of a sudden, she starts losing her teeth, and she goes to the dentist. He removes one tooth. She comes back a few weeks later, and the sore in her mouth hasn't healed. Then he removes another tooth. Then he removes a third tooth. Like, they can't figure out she's not healing. She comes back, and then she goes, I think it's in my jaw. Something in my jaw hurts. The dentist goes and lightly pushes on her jaw, and her jaw pops out of her mouth. Not like breaks. It breaks, but it pops out of her mouth. And then, and there's a woman, this woman's, I can't remember her name right now, but that's a tumor from this. So your body basically is poisoning you. And that's the thing, is that, so half-life, you know what a half-life means?
Half a life?
So like half-life in your, like, let's say you take a ibuprofen for a headache, right? It'll start to wear in, right? And then you hit a peak time of about 2 hours. That's the half-life. Then the aspirin will start to wear off, right? So the half-life on radium inside your body is 1,600 years, meaning that it doesn't die out for 1,600 years. It won't start to go away out of your body for that long.
It's good how these ladies will paint their teeth, huh?
They would paint their teeth. They
just
would
to mess around, huh?
They would just mess around, put it on their lips. They would paint their teeth and smile and go, "Look at me," and like shit like that, dude. But this thing that they didn't realize was happening, so this first lady goes in, and then after a while, another lady goes in, and after a while,
she died as a result of her studies, huh? You know what?
The first lady did.
Getting back to the Curie.
Yeah.
She invented polonium. That's what she came out. She named it polonium. Because of her proud Polishness.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
She named it polonium. Look at polonium. There it is, bro. Look at her.
Sarcoma. Who is that? Is that Mary?
Yeah, that's that lady with
Molly
Magia.
Molly Magia. Yeah,
the one with a big jaw, like you said.
Yeah, dude. That's
they
they
made her a character in Men in Black. Balchinian. Look up. Also after that, look up Men in Black Balchinian.
Balchinian.
You see, a lot of the I always feel that a lot of the stuff that we see in science fiction movies from those times, they needed to. They couldn't just make up what a Martian looks like. I'm pretty sure they saw an affected person that was affected by radium, or they saw pictures and they realized, that could be a good alien for my book.
And then they use it as science fiction. I'm sure they did. Or they use like deformed people and shit, like fucking freak shows and stuff.
Do you think that right there, like a lot of, just all those ladies, right, that worked there, for example, they all worked there. Okay, we all know they got radiation and they got radium and they died. But the one who didn't live, but still carried it with them, I'm pretty sure there's never been a study, but one of those babies ended up looking like the Elephant Man.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is they had babies, and a lot of the babies were fine, but some of them died. There's one lady who had 4 babies in a row. All of them died. Like she couldn't. She just wasn't able to.
So
give
I
birth.
feel like the guy like who came out with Superman, it was Superman. It was a story about a wife that was working in fucking at the radium place, but in her book it's Planet Krypton, and she's saying to the people, "Hey man, this fucking company is gonna destroy us. I mean, this fucking company, we're fucking these dials. Do we know what time it is? It's time to quit. This fucking radium is gonna fuck us up." So in Superman movie, you can't make a woman a leader because nobody watched that movie. So you make it Superman's father. I don't know his name, Clelion, whatever his name is.
What was his name? What was Superman's dad's? Yeah, I can't remember.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Superman's dad, and it's talking about
Jor-El.
Superman's father, Jor-El.
Jor-El.
He's talking about that the Krypton is gonna be destroyed, right? Because we're using up all our resources, and basically, Krypton is basically a metaphor for the radium factory. And he goes, there's a no, fuck you, man, shut up. Because that's why play Jor-El again. Don't you look like a Polish woman? Don't you look like a Polish woman? And the S is because they were being held by the Soviet Union. Boom! Boom!
Oh
Boom!
my God!
And so,
bro. Where do you go with that?
so
one? Nice.
They say, you know what, man? We gotta send our kid out of here, man. Send them back to California or something. And then the world gets destroyed,
good,
bro.
That's good. That is good.
Also, man, who's seen Superman 3? Superman 2. The actor in that movie, Lord Zeus, Zod, he died.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've not seen the new Superman yet.
No, the old Superman,
I
Superman
haven't
2.
seen even those ones.
Get out
no.
of here.
Okay, wait.
Superman 2 is the one they have that hot lady that flies, and then Zod.
I did see that.
And then the Armenian guy.
Yeah, I did see that.
And then they have the only Armenian superhero.
And then I saw the one with Richard Pryor.
That's a good one, bro.
That was a good one. And Gene Hackman.
Let's get
I
back
haven't
to
seen the new Supermans.
So, Radium, I didn't know that. I don't know when I was reading about this, I didn't know that there was an actual play called Radium Girls.
I did not know that either, really. I know that, like, through reading it, I found out that there was a lot of like stories about them, and then I found out that there was like a musical or something.
What happened to these girls that they ever try to take this company
Okay,
into
so
court?
that's yes. Okay, so these girls start to find out that this is killing them. Okay, and you know, and dude, this gets heinous because, like, you know, at one point there's another lady, Katherine Donahghue, where she's just kind of chilling at home, and she's in a lot of pain, and all of a sudden something pops in her mouth, like almost like magically something appears in her mouth, and she pulls out a piece of her jaw. Her jaw.
Shut up.
Yeah, her jaw broke in 3 different.
I read that, bro. Like like something popped in her mouth.
Yeah.
And she was just sitting nonchalant, huh?
Nonchalant, just chilling. All of a sudden, like something.
Chilling, listening to.
You know, something squishy just pops in her mouth, and she pulls
probably listening
out.
to the radio.
Bro, it's
Amos
crazy.
and Andy.
Yeah. And then that happens. There's again, it's not just that. Women are getting like their bones in their legs and their hips. But so the first lady, Molly Magia, since they couldn't find out what she had, at first they thought she had a thing called Fossy jaw, which is what people were getting that worked in like match companies.
A Fossy jaw?
Fossy jaw, phosphorus. Like, because phosphorus, yeah, that guy right there in the lower right is a Fossy jaw victim. And Fossy jaw is what happens when too much phosphorus gets in your blood and solidifies itself around your muscles. It's heinous. But the doctor who found out about Molly went to the radium factory, asked to see what their formula was. They told him, we cannot show you our formula, it's a secret.
Dude, they put that shit in toothpaste, fuck up your teeth more, huh?
Right. But that was the thing, though, is good luck happens in this case because most companies are allowed to lie back then about what they put in their products. And since this is $47,000 a jar, a small jar, you got to remember 12 ounces is a soda. 12 ounces is a soda.
Yeah.
One of those little ounces in there is worth $47,000 in 1920. Okay, which is worth millions now, right? So that's the thing, man, is like they're not putting it in toothpaste. They're not putting it in your drinks. They're lying to you. But people are willing to put this in their fucking mouth. Okay, so what happens is that this first lady dies, and what do you think they diagnose her with since they can't figure out that it's radium poisoning?
What?
And then it's not. They find out that this company doesn't have phosphorus. What any good white man in America would do at that point, thank God for this doctor, he diagnoses her with venereal disease. And so,
that's why they told her she had syphilis instead of
She died of
radium.
syphilis. And
Crazy,
so she's the first case to die of radium, but they diagnosed it as syphilis. Then more women start to die in her group. And then I'm going to name this 5 people because they're the ones who take her, who form the first course case. Keita McDonald, Etta Hussman, Albina Larice. Yes, that's them. Catherine Schwab and Grace Fryer. And in 1927, they take the U.S. Radium Company to court. And this is the first time that this has kind of happened. And the Radium Company is like, no, this is not happening. You know, and I'll give the Radium Company credit. At the beginning of their invention, I don't think that they knew that it was poisonous.
I bet they use the spill campaign and say that they're trying to buy the company.
Okay, so what they do is they get their own doctor at first, and they say, we're going to have our own doctor check on these girls.
His name is Dr. Billy Bob.
So he runs, it's actually Dr. Dr. Frederick Flynn. And he's hired by the U.S. Radium Company to check on these women. And he's doing these diagnoses on them. And he's saying, they're fine. There's no radium poisoning. What's happening to them is probably because of, you know, how they grew up. They're probably inbred or whatever. And so this guy is clearing all these women for work. Well, we later find out he's not a doctor of medicine. He's a doctor of philosophy. So
No one took it seriously until a man got exposed.
It wasn't until another doctor died or another scientist died, and then they started to be like, okay, then we have a problem. But even then, the company denied it, and the women had to fight it. And the women, it's fucked up because we're talking about women that could barely walk because their hips are broken. There's one woman whose back breaks from just the weight of her upper body.
Because it's something fun, crazy.
Yeah.
But I was watching another video on these women.
Uh-huh.
So one of the comments that had the most likes was thanks Trump.
Bro,
And then the comments were like, one of the comments were, bro, he's not even there. Bro, we're there, bro. He's trying to get rid of the FDA. He's trying to get rid of
oh my God,
all this other stuff. We're going to go back to those times. They go, there's going to be people testing dynamite with their hands and lighting it.
Here's the thing is that we will go a little backwards, but I think we know now that not to put glowing things in our mouth. I think we know now not to put a chemical in our mouth. I think there's like a certain bit of knowledge that we have more than we did before. But that's not to say it might, who knows, dude. But that's the thing is so that these women are dying. And so these women, these 5 women who are pretty much fucked up, they go and seek out an outside doctor to perform, and they find the drinkers, Cecil and Catherine Drinker, who completed a study through the they approached the Radium Company, said we want to do a medical study on these women, and we'll do the results with you cooperatively. So the company was like, great, we'll pay for it, and so they pay for this study, and they find out that the women have 16 times the 1,600 times the amount of radiation a human body can have. So like you consume radiation every day almost.
Yeah, every day,
one way or another. Like bananas have a bit more radiation than most food products, but the what's the product in banana called?
Potassium.
Potassium is a is a radioactive product, and when you eat it, your body consumes it, but it breaks. But the way that it breaks down, it doesn't affect you. You'd have to eat like, I don't know, like 300 bananas in order to be affected by it, like just a little bit. But that's okay. So think of 300 bananas to where you get one blip of
Sure.
radiation, right? This is hilarious. This is not real, but now
Look.
now times that by yes. That's kind of what they were doing, but not.
They're making it sharp, but that's what happened. Look.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and that's the guy making all the money. Then nobody got arrested. Nobody got arrested. Sorry, no one got arrested. Nobody got in trouble for this.
On that video, somebody wrote, "Thank you, Obama."
Fuck. Well, there you. So anyway, yeah. So the drinkers make this thing, and they go, yeah, these women have 1,600 times the amount of radiation coming out of their breath. But the company hides it. The company fights this all the way to the end, until a guy gets in, a lawyer by the name of Alex Berry, and then he gets involved. Finally, the company relinquishes $10,000 to each woman, rewards them $10,000. Which is like $140,000 in our time or something, which isn't a lot of money. And then $800 a year, which is like $10,000 a year for the medical expenses. None of these women, all these women who sued in 1927, died by 1930. All 5 of the women who filed the lawsuit died by 1930. Now you think we have established legal precedents and everything. No, the U.S. Radium Company decides to settle, and one of the parts of their settlement was to make sure that this lawyer who helps them doesn't involve himself in any more radium cases. So he's no longer allowed to fight. Okay, now you have other companies that come up, and then we're talking about...
They wrote on regulations?
Huh?
They wrote down regulations.
There's no regulation still. There's really no precedence for this still. Like, they sue, they settle out of court.
So usually when they do have a regulation, it's because something bad happened already, huh?
Right, yeah.
Which is a big quote that, I don't know if that guy said in that video, but somebody had wrote it down, and a bunch of people that kept repeating it on that video. It said that regulations are written in blood.
Bro, that is fucking... Because honestly...
Something shitty has to happen before you finally take notice and go, you know what, man? We can't have these ladies be sucking up this fucking ink.
Right. Well, and that's what happens, is that the Radium Dial company in Ottawa opens up and uses the same practice. Now, we're talking...
Ottawa, like in Canada?
Ottawa, Illinois, sorry.
Okay.
So this one opens up. This is during the Great Depression, okay? Now, this is after World War I, this is Great Depression, previous to World War II, and these women are reading about what's happening, and this company in Ottawa is saying, nope, you guys are good, you guys are okay, you guys are fine, this is a completely safe product. It's not even mixed with the same products that they were in New Jersey, so don't worry about it. But women are dying in this company, and at some point the women aren't buying it. But now we're stuck in the Great Depression. This is where this gets even more sad, is because you have women knowing that this is going to kill them. You have women standing on the stand saying, like, at some point the judge who feels sorry for these women says, what is there out there to help these women? Like, what's going to save these women? And the doctor says there's nothing that's going to save these women. They're doomed. They're going to die. Like, every woman on the stand is going to die within 2 to 3 years of talking to us right now. And even those women that sued that company, they got $10,000 for all 5 of them. So that first group of people got $10,000 each, but this company got $10,000 for all 5 of them, right? But
yeah, that company, the Radium Girls company, was established in Ottawa, Illinois, in 1922.
Right. Yes, and it was after that the lawsuit for the the U.S. Radium Company had. But the thing is that these women have no choice. It's the Great Depression. You need a job. Like, people are starving out there.
The biggest client was a company in Peru, Illinois. I didn't know the Peru, Illinois.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
It's called West
Clocks.
Clocks Corporation.
Well, West Clocks still exists to this day, but there's a lot of radium dial West Clocks. And then even still, like, I had a West Clocks as a kid growing up. It had glow-in-the-dark dials, but there wasn't radium. Yeah, that's West Clocks right there. Anybody had that one on the lower left? I mean, every person in the world in the 80s and 90s had that fucking alarm clock on the lower left. But yeah, so...
All these are radium?
No, those are not. That's just the company that existed. So yeah, this company gets sued. These women all die. All these women die, man. The oldest victim lived to 105, but she fought off 6 bouts of cancer and 3 tumors. But this does help people in the end. There's huge legislation that comes out. And
it was called the Occupational Disease Labor Law.
Yes, and it helps out.
And it was written in what?
In blood.
Okay.
Radium blood. Radium tainted
Because regulations are written in what?
Blood.
All right.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that I read at the end of this book. The closing of this book was basically that if it wasn't for these women and their bravery going to, because that's the thing, man, is that you got to remember these women weren't just walking into court. At one point, they had to, there's a lady named Katherine Donahghue that they had to pick up and bring her in her bed and bring her bed into court.
Fuck.
Because they couldn't even.
All those ladies were dying. They couldn't even appear to court, huh?
They couldn't pick them up, bro. Again, one lady died.
They were like the mafia guy from Casino, all old with breathing tanks.
Right. Well, one of them died. One of them, her back broke. It's like we're just sitting here and your back breaks. Like from the weight of her own body, her back just broke, and they had to give her like a metal spine. And again, the woman that they brought in, Katherine Donahghue, who died a few days later, when she died, the reason why they had to bring her in her bed is because any touch picking her up would have broken her bones. And that was the thing, is that she wins this case.
She's the reason they came up with the word fragile.
Fuck, maybe, bro.
Handle with care.
Handle with care. But what happens is while she's in court, she brings in a box and she opens the box and she pulls out her jaw. And like, this is what has happened to me. So she wins the case with that. They all win the case. But
everybody's jaw dropped too.
Check this. Oh, Jesus Christ, bro. But there's an appeal that lasts another 6 months. A couple more died.
Man.
Dude, this company was doing things like taking their experts and flying them out, giving them vacations so that they would leave the country during the court case. And they would basically waiting for the women to die so that they didn't have a lawsuit. You know, and they were using stipulations like, hey, if you hadn't had an injury in 5, if you had, like, because there was a law that said if you had an injury at work in 5 months, you get compensation. But these women were like coming back years later and saying that they were dying from this shit. And so like this company was just fucking them over and over and over. But, you know, like that's the thing, man, is like in the end, if it wasn't for these women, and I say it not lightly, these are brave women because, you know, there's no voting, bro. This is like pre-suffrage movement. And they come in, they fight a case that's completely against them. They're also broken. These women are literally dying, dude. And they've, like, some of them have died during the case. And they go in there and they fight. But if it wasn't for these women, there wouldn't be no laws for us protecting us from work. Helping us with the compensation when you do get injured at work. The other thing is the protection for uranium became a big deal. And our nuclear programs and everything has sprung from this because of the safety around it.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, dude. So like the U.S. Radium Company lasted all the way up till 2007.
Still using radium?
Bro, they changed names after a while and everything. But once they were cleared out, New Jersey spent fucking like something like $48 million trying to clean up after them. They had to dig all the way down 15 feet.
Did you read about how the lawyer or somebody dug out that damaged body and
his bones were glowing.
Yeah, but they messed with it to they did something. They took it out to the side, so they won't use it in court.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. They took it out. So one of the cases, bro. This is how long. Again, the period of time that it stays in your body is 1,600 years. So the first lady, Molly Magia, when her jaw had been pulled out, the doctor kept it in a little baggie. And doctors do this, so it's not a weird thing, but doctors, to study it every now and then. And he'd put it in a drawer. This is kind of one of the first ways they found out that this was happening, because he put it in a drawer with all these other bones in his desk, right? So he's sitting there one day going over some x-rays of a regular patient, and another patient walks in. So he has to take the x-rays and put them in the drawer. And he talks to the patient, says goodbye. That patient leaves, takes the x-rays back out. All the x-rays are blank.
Damn.
Because of how contaminated her jaw was. So these women were fucked up, bro. Fucked up.
You think that, I know with women, they sued, right?
Yeah.
You think there was like a doctor somewhere, a scientist, actually like gathering up pieces of what's going on with these ladies, and later on used it to know what's going to happen if you drop something like this on a bunch of people all at once.
Well, yeah, that was the thing, is that this was creating
nuclear weapons.
Well, I mean, first of all, the safety of having to deal with radiation led to the advancement of nuclearization of weapons, of energy, because we just didn't know how to use it. We didn't know what we were dealing with.
We didn't know what to do with it, huh?
Yeah, we didn't know what to do with it, but we found out, oh, this shit does a lot of damage. And then further and more, I don't know if it necessarily led to actual nuclear weapons, but the safety around it is what led to the science that developed weapons. And so, like, a lot of advancements came out of what these women did, but mostly were in the workplace, safety, how we treated people
Gloves.
that got sick. Yeah, like making sure you had the right equipment, stuff like that. Child labor laws came into question over this. So even though these women died in a very heinous way, their legacy lives on through the way that we live safely now, the way that we treat each other at work, the way that our work is liable for us. There's no longer any way a business can get out of, if you get sick, no matter what point in time you realize you're sick. Like before, let's say you work for a company and you got cancer from working with their products. But it's 5, 6, 10 years later down the line, you come to the business and go, hey, you guys gave me cancer 10 years ago. Back then they could just be like, go fuck yourself. It's too late. Now it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you got sick from work, doesn't matter when, where, the company's liable for your safety.
That's one of the reasons why there's no smoking in the workplace. A lot of people are getting cancer from people smoking in the workplace.
Right, yeah.
And that took for years, bro. Secretary who never smoked got lung cancer from the boss that was always smoking around.
Secondhand smoke.
Secondhand smoke.
We were finding out. I remember that was like in the 80s.
And then people were dying from cigarettes were leading to cancer, bro, at the time. And you know what they did? They started, Lucky Strike said, we use filters.
Right. We're making it safer. But there was a time that they were like, hey, man, you know what's healthy for you? A good Camel cigarette.
Yeah.
And then,
You're cool.
I think there's Rockwell paintings where doctors have a cigarette hanging out of their mouth and they're working on someone. There's actually a picture of one of the famous scientists.
When I was the altar boy, a little kid, I used to, how some people like they hold the bread for the priest.
Right.
I used to hold an ashtray.
Is that real? That's what I thought.
The priest was Polish. He's always smoking.
Oh my God, bro! Was his name Skladowski?
No, it was Tabaksky. Chomsky. History for food. What else you learn, bro?
That's about it. This was a pretty up and down project. The book is called Radium Girls, the one that I read for it. I only got to read one book this time, and then I watched a ton of videos. The book is 15 hours, and at first I was like, how do you write 15 hours about this? There's so much. There's a lot more that we left out. There's a lot of legal battles.
There's a movie that came out in 2007 already called Radium Girls.
Oh, is there
if
really?
you want to watch it, Also, the play called Radium Girls.
I'm gonna watch the movie. I'm still reeling. You know what's funny is because we'll do a project like this, right? I'm still watching stuff in my off time from Hawaii.
Yeah, me too.
And then now I'm gonna be watching Radium stuff for a while. It's every time once in a while. Like, I mean, we pick up things and I read about them, but some of them are really fascinating to me. And this one was really fascinating. So it was a quick, easy read. That book was one of the easiest books I've ever had to read because it was so like, holy fuck, I can't believe this is happening.
I know. I stumbled upon it on a TikTok story about Did you guys know the untold story of the Radium Girls?
I love when you
And then
send me those. Yeah.
and they show Katherine, that lady.
Oh, Katherine Donahghue.
Katherine
Yeah,
Donahghue, man.
oof, that lady had it the worst, man, because she was like meant to be like the girl that was like, this isn't happening to us, and then all of a sudden she gets sick and she becomes deathly ill. And I mean, she hangs in there because that's the thing is that she needs to hang in there to testify in order for them to get their money. And she hangs in there like literally to the last day. Like day after that they win, she dies.
Look up that Polonium, Pollo.
Polish. Is this Polish uranium?
This is the one that she came up with, Polonium.
Polonium.
Where it is, Polonium 84.
Wonder how it works.
What's the wiki? What is it? 'Cause she came up with that. Curie. Polonium is a rarely highly radioactive chemical element with a symbol Po atomic number 684. It is a silver gray metal and isotopes radioactive with no stable ones. Polonium-210 is the most common and well-known isotope, characterized by a short half of life, about 138 days.
Great.
Potential alpha-emitting properties and found in trace amounts of uranium ores and can be produced in nuclear reactors. While polonium has some industrial application, it is also highly toxic and can be lethal to ingest.
Oh my God.
She invented that.
Lady. Wow.
She invented the stuff that killed her.
Thank you, Mary Curie. Yeah, she died from it very heinously as well.
You know the guy when I became vegan, it was a book called it's a book called, can you look it up? It's called in the Carnivore's Dilemma. My brother Angel, bro. Yeah, bro. That guy right there, stop. He was shot with a poisonous polonium, bro. Yeah, he was shot. He was killed by that. Just a few milligrams of the highly radioactive isotope found in Yasser Arafat's body is lethal dose. Like they shot it at him like this, bro, through a straw.
Like a fucking blow
They assassinated him with that, bro.
Way.
And they slowly killed him. That guy was writing bad shit about Putin.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he was writing bad stuff about Putin.
I gotta read about
and
that.
He was coming out of the
They killed him with.
He was coming out of England, bro. He was coming out of somewhere, bro. And then there's some guy. I have the book. You want to read about
Alexander Litvinenko. All I put in was assassinated with polonium, and he came up.
Yeah,
right
bro.
away.
He was
Wow.
he was speaking and writing bad stuff about Putin in Russia, and he left and he was living under in England, and he was coming out of the embassy, and then somebody like grabbed him and just went at this. And he died not so long. He started deteriorating. And they didn't even know why he died.
It's that
so radioactive.
Radioactive.
Oh. Look up other assassinations by polonium. You're gonna see a lot of them, bro. It's just you just spray it at this, bro, in a newspaper or. But this guy was injected by it, I think, or something.
Yeah, I think he's the only one.
The only one.
Yeah, he's the only one. But what a very intelligent way to murder someone. Wow.
Also, when I was watching this movie one time, bro, there was these people that were affected by they were toxic by radiation, you know?
Yeah.
They died somewhere. And these terrorists, they went somewhere, bro, where their body was, and they dug them out. And they put them in bags, and they released them in the city as chemical warfare.
Ooh, no shit.
Yeah, man, polonium, bro. Now you know, bro. Somebody was hit by it.
Fuck. Okay, well, we know how to kill people now. Either make them paint.
But that's an
Radium on
expensive
watches?
death, right? What a polonium cost?
Whoa, that's a good
But
question.
then when they hire a scientist to make that some.
What is the cost of polonium?
Look, fool. They wanted him dead.
49 billion per gram.
I find out how much was used to kill that Russian guy.
Yeah, they had to use like a sliver of that. A gram is 49 billion, bro.
Hey, bro, bullets ain't cheap.
Oh my God. 49.2 trillion per kilogram. 49 billion per gram. Per gram. I paid $20 a gram for
Look, what
weed.
it say right there, bro?
4.
Gigaquero. 10 micrograms, bro. Or 10 micrograms.
Yeah, it's 10 micrograms.
Hey, how much is 10 micrograms of polonium worth, bro?
How many micrograms are in a gram? So 1 million micrograms in 1 gram. So if it's 14 trillion,
No. How much they used to kill that guy was only 14 grams.
they
right?
only 10 micrograms. And so a gram has 1 million micrograms in it.
All right.
So if you do that, and the math is what, 14 trillion per gram? What is 14 trillion divided by 1 million? It cost them oh no, it's trying to.
No, bro. Find out how much is it he has. How much did they use to kill him?
Holy fuck!
So
They stuck him with a grip.
find out how much 10 micrograms of polonium costs. How much is 10 micrograms of polonium cost?
Okay, well, and that's the thing is,
Microgram, it's still, he must have cost, look there.
so it's 14 million per.
It still cost $1 million to kill this guy, right?
It cost about from the calculations that I'm doing on here, math wise, it was about 7 million to kill him.
It wasn't cheap, huh, homie?
Because if it's
There it is.
yeah,
What?
worth 10 million. Yeah, 7 million, 10 million. I'm not that far off.
Hey, bro, who will they buy it from? Look, that's crazy, bro. So we learned a lot today from Radium.
Yeah,
And
we learned quite a bit.
And we learned that here in our century,
Yeah,
that little bit of lethal polonium that she invented was used to murder somebody.
$7 million.
So just think about it, man. Radium was way more, and they were putting it in their mouth
And they were putting it in their mouth.
and slowly killing each
Yeah,
other.
it killed thousands. It killed thousands of people.
So he got the big lethal.
Estimated.
He got 20 micrograms, bro. He died slowly.
No, 10. He got 10?
He died like in about a week.
Right. But also, from what that said, it was 10 times the amount that a human. So that could have killed 9 more humans.
Yeah. So he could have killed anybody around him.
It would have cost. Really, it would if they wanted to be frugal about it, they only needed to spend $1 million, but they really wanted to kill him. So they gave him 10 micrograms.
If somebody were to make that and drop it somewhere, it would have probably been the most expensive nuclear weapon in the world.
I think the half-life, though, can you look up the half-life of polonium?
Won't travel well, huh?
It's the thing is, I think you need to deliver it right away. Half-life is 138 point. Yeah, so you got to deliver that thing within 138 days, in order for it to kill somebody, and probably like you need to do it on the larger end of that. But yeah, all right, that's polonium.
Here it is, bro. You got it. Radium Girls. Paintbrush, lips, clock, radiation.
Dip, paint. Great job. That's a great.
Hiroshima.
Oh my goodness. All right, way to end the podcast, man.
History for fools. You got it. Radium Girls. Look it up.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
There's gonna be a quiz because if we ever go live, it's gonna be like a history game show.
Oh yeah, we should do it live.